Today we're going to be looking at changing fractions to decimals, and this is method one. And method one involves the least amount of work and honestly just involves one of our most basic lower level thinking skills, and that is to memorize. There are 5 decimals that you should be able to memorize, changing it back and forth between fractions and the decimal version. So memorizing isn't always the best skill for math, and something that I very rarely encourage or require or say that this should be something you memorize, but these are 5 incredibly common fractions that it's important just that you memorize them. So the first one is probably something that you already know, and that is 1/2 equals 0.5. So this is the first fraction that you should have memorized. We need to know that half is worth 0.5. We can think of half of $1 is equal to 50 cents. That's a very common way to memorize it. The next one is 1/4 equals 0.25 or 25 hundredths. And a common way to memorize this is thinking about a quarter. Okay, this quarter is going to be worth 25 cents, and that's going to help us to remember that 1/4 equals 0.25. So common or related to 1/4 would be 3/4. And you need to remember that 3/4 is worth 0.75 or 75 hundredths. And again, if we think about money, I have 3 quarters. And 3/4 is worth 75 cents or 75 hundredths. So using this money and quarters to help us remember it should help you with 1/4 and 3/4. Now the last two are definitely the most challenging, less common. We can't relate it to money, but if you can remember the one, it should help you remember the other at the same time. So we have 1/3 is 0.3 repeating. So it's 0.33333 forever. Or you can write 0.3 with a bar over it. You have to have that bar over it to represent the 0.3 repeating. 3/10, just writing 0.3, does not equal 1/3. It's the 0.3 repeating, or a lot of times you might see 0.33 and then the bar over it, emphasizing the repeating. So 1/3 is this repeating decimal of 3. So I like to use the denominator, the 3, as a reminder that it's the 1/3 over and over and over and over again. Okay, so we can't relate this to money, but we can use this to help with our next one. So if you can remember that 1/3 is the 3 repeating, 2/3 would be 2 repeating 3s or a repeating 6 if you were to add them together. So again, I use this numerator to help me remember it's 2 repeating 3s or it's 0.6 repeating. It's a 6 over and over and over again. So just like the 1/3, if you write 6/10, 0.6, that is not equal to 0.6 repeating. That bar needs to be there to represent the 6 repeating. So we have the 5 fractions that we are memorizing as decimals. Beyond this, we will be using reading skills, listening skills, or calculators to convert all other fractions to decimals. And then we can start expanding on this list by using our fraction skills. So this will be a building series into how to change fractions into decimals. Remember that method number 1 is memorization of our 5 common fractions.